What's up, y'all? Chris here to talk a little Showtime quadruple header post post event. The night started off with the broadcast. I mean, as far as the main broadcast, started off with Devin Alexander's lackluster decision win over Randall Bailey. You know, kind of expected this to happen if you saw Devin Alexander's win over Marcus Maidana. Wasn't as much holding in this fight, but there didn't need to be because Randall Bailey once again was looking for that one punch shot, but he didn't have a plan B. He never really does, in all honesty. But not only that, he just didn't throw it enough. You know, so this fight for the most part wins. I thought it was going to. Devin Alexander wins a underwhelming, uninspiring, but clear-cut decision over Randall Bailey. Next up, best fight of the night in my opinion. Kid Chocolate, Peter Quillen, wins the title from Hassan Nijikam. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but whatever. Hell of a fight, though. I'd never seen Nijikam before last night, but I was impressed by what I saw. You know, I thought he was just going to get run over because I'd never heard of him. You know, the fight was in Brooklyn. Kind of seemed like it was set up for Quillen to look impressive. But he didn't early on, you know, the champion, the defending champ. A lot of movement, fast hands, pretty good jab when he used it. Unfortunately, one thing that he really lacked, and to his detriment, was power, punchy power. He was able to land a lot of good combinations against Quillen, particularly when Quillen's back was to the ropes. He was able to, you know, just do a lot in there, but never really hurt Quillen, so Quillen was able to unload whenever he was flurried upon or whenever he had counter opportunities, which was quite often. Of course, Quillen rocked and knocked down Nijikam in what rounds? The fourth round, knocked him down twice with that left hook, and it really looked like those knockdowns, every time he knocked Nijikam down, they were pretty solid shots, so I was surprised to see Hassan get up from those punches. So you got to give him credit for that. And not only did he get up, he would come back, at least in rounds 5 and 7, after being knocked down twice in each of the previous rounds. He came back and won the following rounds, in my opinion. Kid Chocolate, I don't know if he just was tired or what, but Hassan came back and he boxed really well in the following rounds after getting knocked down twice. It was a close fight, it seemed like, going up to the end. It really felt like Hassan had won almost all the rounds, aside from the rounds that he'd been knocked down twice in. So I figured scorecards was going to be a close fight going to the 12th. And it was around that the champ was doing well, and once again, around I thought he was winning, and I swear, no lie, I'm watching the fight, and he's getting a little brave. He's kind of making it a bit of a puncher's slugfest. I'm like, man, don't do this. Stay within yourself. Fight smart. Don't give Quillen any chance to knock you down. You're not going to be able to hurt him, even if you're doing well in this round. You're landing shots. It's been shown for 11 rounds. You can't hurt him. You're not going to put him down. Just fight safe. Get through this round, and you may have a chance to win on the scorecards. But nope. He got over anxious. He got overconfident. Started going toe to toe, and got dropped twice more at the end of the 12th round. And in all honesty, when you look at the scorecards at the end of the day, I don't know if it would have made a difference, but it basically sealed his fate. Once he got knocked down, I'm just like, God, very frustrating to watch. Very, very frustrating. Either way, once again, you got to give Hassan credit. He did get up, did make it to the final bell, but scorecards were in favor of Quillen, which isn't a surprise. I was still surprised that they were as wide as they were. I thought outside of the rounds where Quillen got the numerous knockdowns in, which obviously is going to build you a big points lead, or get a lot of points in your favor, I thought that he really only won maybe one other round, maybe two at best, but even that's being generous. But either way, Quillen gets the win in a entertaining fight. It was an entertaining fight, and it was compelling to the very end because, you know, it seemed like it could have gone either way until Quillen got those last two knockdowns. So, good win for Quillen, and now he's a titleist at middleweight, I guess, for what that's worth. All right. Paulie Malignaggi versus Pablo Cano. First off, I don't even know why Cano was fighting for a title. Now, granted, he didn't make weight, so it wasn't for the title ultimately. But why was Conor even challenging for a title? I mean, it's almost as surprising as the fact that Paulie Malignaggi is a welterweight titleist at the moment. I mean, look at the welterweight title picture. You got Devin Alexander, Paulie Malignaggi, Robert Guerrero, and Floyd? I mean, you got three guys, or Bradley, basically a bunch of junior welterweights running the welterweight division. It's kind of strange when I think about it like that, but whatever. Either way, you know what? This was a good fight. It was pretty competitive throughout. I'm actually thought he was going to get stopped early when Conor got cut pretty bad in, the first round. But I got to be honest, I didn't pay a lot of attention to this fight. I wasn't fully focused on it for the entirety of it. I know it was close. It was competitive. Based on the judges' or feedback I was seeing, or stuff I was seeing on Twitter, and the Showtime crew, it seemed like it was a close fight, and Kano could have or should have gotten the decision, but ultimately Malignaggi wins the decision, split decision, and retains his title. I don't know. You have to give me thoughts on this one and who you thought deserved to win the fight, and or your thoughts on the decision. All right, main event of the night: Danny Garcia, Erik Morales. Didn't think Erik Morales had a chance in this fight, despite the first fight being relatively close towards final two, up to the final 2 rounds. Was only bolstered in my beliefs when it came out that Morales had failed pre-fight drug test broken by associates, HaleStormSports.com, Scott Hale and Calix and all those guys over there, breaking that story on, what was that, Thursday, I believe? Anyways, a Thursday or Friday. I don't remember what day it was exactly. Anyways, it didn't give me much confidence. Even if he passed the third test, Morales didn't look like he had any chance in this fight, and he didn't. He looked slow and sluggish from the start. I mean, he was doing his thing in the first. He was trying to box, but he looked old. He looked like an old, spent, overweight fighter. Slow. He landed a couple of shots, in all honesty, on Garcia, but no real effect. And I mean, no big surprise. Garcia, I've said time and time again, is easy to hit with counters, or just easy to hit in general. But Morales really had nothing to offer. It was only a matter of time, and Garcia absolutely. Well, first Garcia hurt him in the third round, I believe, with the right hand, maybe a left. I don't remember which one of the guys, but he hurt him at the end of the third round. Then in the fourth round, he absolutely sparked him with a great left hook. Regardless of how bad Morales looked in this fight before the fight even began, just stepping in the ring, I will give Garcia credit. That left hook was pretty damn impressive. I mean, that would have put down pretty much any junior welterweight, in my opinion, almost. I don't know if it would have put down Rios. And I'm not sure about Matisse, but pretty much any other guy in the 140-pound division, I think that left hook would have probably dropped. And it was just it was a very impressive, aesthetically knockout. Just the way it spun Ross around and sent him out the ropes. It was kind of fitting the way he went out. It's kind of like, that's kind of the end of your career. I mean, it's not going to be. He says he's probably going to fight one more time in Mexico, but it's just like, all right, do you think you have anything left? There you go. No, you don't. But I mean, it is what it is. I think a lot of guys in that division, a lot of the top guys in that division, would have been able to beat Morales in maybe not similar fashion with that same punch, but would have been able to get him out of there in under 6 rounds. So give Garcia credit for taking the fight, going through with the fight, despite Morales' failed drug test, and taking care of business, getting Morales out of there done early. No point in playing around with him. But, not going to give him too much credit because I don't think this fight didn't even need to be made in the first place. You know what I'm saying? There was no real big clamor for it. I didn't hear fans knocking down the door for it. There were Mexican fans in attendance. Morales has a loyal fan base. Deservedly so, but even they had to recognize that his time is pretty much done. So, good win for Garcia. He should, and hopefully does, fight Lucas Matisse next. I think that's a deserving fight. Matisse, I believe, holds an interim title, version of the same title that Garcia holds, WBC 140-pound title. So they both got the same promoter. I know people want to see Rios, but Rios is with Top Rank. It's not going to happen. I doubt. I don't care. What Oscar says, those guys aren't going to work together. So Matisse, also under the Golden Boy banner. No reason why that fight can't happen. Garcia and Matisse, if it doesn't happen next, it should happen within 2 fights, in my opinion. I want to see it. I favor Matisse. I'm a fan of Matisse. If Garcia can beat him, definitely will no longer doubt him, as I still somewhat do. Anyways, what are your guys' thoughts on all these fights, results, everything in general? Science of Violence links as well as the Twitter link in the information below. As always, that's it for now. Until next time, I'm out.